In Panama, tanks, talks, and uncertainty. President Bush insists he does want Noriega tried in the United States, and new atrocities discovered in Romania. This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. U.S. troops beefed up their security ring around Manuel Noriega in Panama City tonight and turned up the volume in a psychological warfare offensive. Many cited negotiations about Noriega's fate appeared to snag. President Bush still insisting that he does want Noriega tried in the United States, the Vatican saying it won't turn him over. Richard Threlkeld is in Panama City.
The papal nuncios in Panama City looked as if it were even busier than the Vatican itself today, as negotiations continued about how to get Manuel Noriega and his entourage out and where they will go. U.S. officials would like nothing better than for the Vatican to expel Noriega so they could arrest him on U.S. drug charges. But the Vatican is resisting that.
We must remember there are two sides, if not three sides, involved here. And the United States is not the only one which decides what is legal or right or even moral.
Panamanians would like to get him too. CBS News has learned that all of Noriega's lawyers here have resigned for fear of their lives, and he's without legal representation. But for the moment, at least, here in Panama, there's not even a warrant out for his arrest.
He has not yet been formally charged with crimes in Panama simply because our system of justice is at this moment in parentheses.
Meaning that, like most of the rest of the bureaucracy, it's still in critical condition. The government is still weak and in need of U.S. protection, and as long as Noriega remains here, it is vulnerable.
There will be in the minds of some of his supporters the suspicion that Noriega just might again pull it off and restore himself in power.
There's certainly enough firepower around to cause more trouble. 40,000 weapons have been turned in or captured so far. That's one automatic weapon or bazooka or hand grenade for every 50 Panamanians. And Panamanians have had enough trouble already. At least 230 civilians died in the fighting, most of them in the poor barrios. And there were some other victims. There was a funeral today for one of the two American civilians killed here, Candy Helen, a school teacher. Candy Helen will be buried in the place she calls home, this place, the place Manuel Noriega is desperately trying to escape. Richard Threlkeld, CBS News, Panama City.
One source with Vatican contacts told CBS News today that the Pope's position is that Noriega should somehow be made to answer charges against him, and that an understanding was taking shape in which Noriega would be taken to a third country or possibly turned over to the Panamanian government, at least temporarily. There has been no official confirmation of this. President Bush stayed on vacation today and said he is not worried about anything Noriega might say in any U.S. drug trial. Our chief White House correspondent Leslie Stahl traveled with the president.
President Bush started his vacation admitting that the Vatican's stated refusal to turn Noriega over to the U.S., quote, complicates things, but saying he still wants his nemesis brought here to stand trial, even if secrets are divulged.
Do you fear that Mr. Noriega might disclose any CIA information that could embarrass you or the government?
No, I don't think so. I think that's history, and I think that main thing is that he should be tried, brought to justice, and we're pursuing that course with no fear of that.
White House officials point out that the U.S. must approve any deal because U.S. troops would have to guarantee Noriega's safe passage. These officials say an impasse has developed because the Bush administration is fighting moves to send Noriega to a third country, any third country.
So long as General Noriega is loose, he will be a potential source for continued violence by his supporters in Panama, and a continual source of danger and threats.
The Vatican rules out giving Noriega to the U.S. The White House rules out a third country. Some experts are beginning to say that the deadlock could drag on indefinitely.
Noriega could end up living in the Vatican embassy in the same way that Cardinal Mindszenty lived in the U.S. embassy in Hungary for many years.
The president defended his hunting and fishing holiday, insisting he is not sending the wrong signal by vacationing while U.S. troops are still in Panama.
Look, I don't make any cover. I'm going to be enjoying myself And I think the American people understand that. And I think I've worked pretty hard all year long.
The president says he'll be in touch by telephone, but he goes off knowing that his stated goal in the Panama invasion, the real prize, gaining control of Noriega, has so far eluded him. Leslie Stahl, CBS News, Beeville, Texas.
Perhaps one of the things television news does best is take you there. So through satellites and videotape, we take you to Panama City and where General Noriega is being held. He's being held in this building, which is on the grounds of what amounts to the Vatican's embassy compound in Panama City. The United States has moved these trucks into driveways near the back to block any possible fast escape. They've shut out the street lights so there's no light at night, moved in tanks as part of roadblocks such as this one, just a few yards from where Noriega is being held. And over here, interestingly enough, a speaker system through which statements by President Bush and rock music are being pumped out on a 24-hour-a-day basis as part of the psychological pressure that the United States wants to keep drumming into Noriega inside that compound. That one little box is capable of putting out an enormous amount of audio. In the condominiums around the Vatican compound, a big U.S. force of troops, including these members of the so-called Delta Force. All of this part of the continuing psychological pressure on Noriega and, in a way, on the Vatican. Now, still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, Bob Schieffer with a look at the decade now ending, remembering the 80s.
If you expect the best, what kind of rebate would you expect from Jeep and Eagle? The guaranteed rebate. Now you get a $1,000 rebate on 1990 Jeep Cherokee, $1,000 on Eagle Talon, $2,000 on Eagle Premier Limited. If the rebate goes up this model year, we'll pay you the difference. The guaranteed rebate from Jeep and Eagle. No other car company has ever done that. Offer ends soon.
Whole grain nutrition is important, but only one of these leading cereals has it. Only Wheaties is made with 100% whole grain. Just ask Michael Jordan. Better get your whole grain.
You better eat your Wheaties.
When you win at Publishers Clearinghouse, the news travels fast, and you can win fast, too. On January 26th, you could be a millionaire. Watch for the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes and do what the winners do.
No matter what, enter. There are very few guarantees in medicine. But if you have arthritis pain like I do, you should know about Mediprin and the Mediprin guarantee. If 2 Mediprin don't relieve minor arthritis pain better than 2 regular aspirin, you get your money back. Strong promise? Strong medicine. The medicine that concentrates the power of ibuprofen into these potent little caplets. The medicine that guarantees better relief than regular aspirin. Better arthritis pain relief. That's the Mediprin guarantee.
Romania's new governing coalition issued an ultimatum today to hit-and-run remnants of executed leader Ceausescu's security police. The security police were ordered to surrender or die. Unconfirmed reports said elements of Ceausescu's private force mounted an unsuccessful attack today on the television building in Bucharest, where the new government has its headquarters. New evidence of security police atrocities is surfacing all around Romania. Martha Teichner is on the scene.
Nicolae Ceausescu's secret police are still on the run. Every day a new example of their savagery is discovered. Today's was found by a Belgian medical team in Sibiu, where Ceausescu's son was Communist Party boss. What they saw was the aftermath of a brutal attack on a hospital. Patients shot in their beds. The water supply poisoned. Today, grieving families had to claim the bodies of the innocent. Romania is now a country with revenge on its mind. The provisional government has ordered Ceausescu's loyalists to turn themselves in or face a firing squad. It announced the establishment of special military courts authorized to dispense instant justice. Today, the most popular rerun on Romanian television was the trial and execution of Ceausescu and his wife Elena. In fascinated silence, people watched the defiant ravings of the man who controlled every aspect of their lives for a generation. This was their reaction when they saw pictures of Elena Ceausescu dead. The television station has been bombarded with messages of praise for this grisly show. The station manager says everybody's glad they've gotten rid of the nightmare. Suddenly there is food in the stores. It's not being saved for the privileged anymore. It's not being exported to pay Romania's foreign debt. No more meat rationing. People can buy as much as they want.
Because our great leader, our late leader, I hope, forever, it is not anymore here. So we have food.
Today, like tourists, Romanians lined up for a look at the trappings of the old regime. Ceausescu's office, open for the first time. The gates of Romania's jail for political prisoners have also been opened. Hundreds have been freed. All that's left are the criminals, who also want out. They say they just want to join the revolution, too. Martha Teichner, CBS News, Bucharest.
By contrast, overthrowing the hardline communist order in Czechoslovakia has been mostly peaceful so far. Playwright and former jail dissident Václav Havel is expected to be named the new president on Friday, Czechoslovakia's first non-communist president in 4 decades. Bob Simon reports from a changing Czechoslovakia.
In this city of 100 theaters, the plays of Václav Havel, the dissident who seems destined to become president, are being staged for the first time in 20 years. They have set the tone for this revolution: irreverence instead of violence. Mock the old symbols of power. That's the most lethal blow. Changing the government took a few weeks. Changing the structure of society will take a bit longer. This is the day after the storming of the Bastille. An entire world of privilege is being taken to the guillotine. This is Prague's most luxurious hotel, but no tourist ever stayed here. It was reserved for the party elite. The suites are big enough for a party congress. But starting January 1st, you can book one for $750 a night, a communist lifestyle now available to capitalists. But the revolution wasn't about hotels. This is the kind of health care you could expect as a Czech. 15 to a room in a hospital housed in some army barracks built by the Germans 46 years ago. A waiting room where the wait may never end if you don't have a gift for the staff. And literally around the corner, a state-of-the-art facility with a VIP entrance and a secret police contingent to send you packing if you were not a member of the Central Committee. Some things are easy to change, signs and symbols. The Red Star is being uprooted from Red Army Square, the name obliterated. But what about communist privilege?
We're working on it. It will take some time, I suppose, because it was a structure that is really hard to break.
The students who toppled a regime are now trying to break the structure of their schools. What do they want to change?
The first thing is our teachers.
At Prague's Fine Arts College, days of marathon meetings have produced power sharing. Students and teachers.
Students and teachers 50 to 50.
Deciding together.
Together.
The students are designing new portraits of their old leaders, commissars who are quickly being replaced by a cultural elite. Something unique in modern European history, a government of artists and intellectuals here celebrating their ascendancy with an ode to joy. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, the new Czechoslovakia, led by a playwright who rewrote history and is about to be cast in the starring role. Bob Simon, CBS News, Prague.
Egypt and Syria reestablished full diplomatic relations today. The two broke off ties 12 years ago after the late President Sadat visited Israel. Libya is now the only Arab country that has not resumed relations with Egypt.
For over 100 years, in countless warm and friendly places, it's been Miller time. At Miller, we're proud to have always brewed our beer carefully and responsibly. And that's how we'd like you to drink our beer, carefully and responsibly. So the next time you're having any one of our beers, the next time it's Miller time for you, we'd like to ask you to do one very simple thing. Be responsible. Think when you drink.
How fast does Dristan nasal spray start to work?
Faster than Dolly can pick up a $5 tip.
Dristan spray pump works fast to relieve congestion, even sinus pressure. For relief,
faster than tumbleweed in a tornado.
Dristan nasal spray. It's faster than...
A Canon color laser copier makes drawings and photos come
come alive with digital technology. And that makes quite an impression. The Canon Color Laser Copier, the digital difference.
Anyone who drives at night knows how important road signage is to safety. That's why 3M is improving signs like this, with brighter signs like this, made with reflective materials invented by 3M to help you see better at night. In fact, the sign on the right is up to 10 times brighter than the sign on the left. And that makes a difference anyone can see. 3M Reflective Materials, another example of how at 3M innovation is working for you.
Another suspected parcel bomb received in the South today, this time a package found by a postal worker in Greenville, Mississippi. The package reportedly was addressed to an African-American high school principal. Federal bomb experts took the package to an unpopulated area on the banks of the Mississippi for further examination. It is not known whether or how this may be related to the recent wave of parcel bombs in the South that have killed 2 people. Authorities have been investigating a possible racial motive. Quote, "Inflation remains under control." That was the reaction of spokesman for President Bush earlier this month to a report indicating that inflation for the first 11 months of the year was up only slightly over the same period last year. But for the 3rd straight month, the price of one product necessary in virtually every home was climbing with no end in sight. CBS News business correspondent Ray Brady explains why that's worrisome.
Every time Rocco Ferraro gets a new shipment of milk, the price seems higher, hitting record highs for a product most consumers simply can't do without.
There's no substitute really for milk. I mean, you want to feed the baby cereal, or you can't put soda in there or beer. You got to put the milk in there. You know, they know it. They got you.
It used to be you could get a gallon for less than $2, and now you can't hardly find one for less than $2.50.
In New York, in just 3 months, a gallon of milk up 13 cents to $2.49. Dallas milk up 50 cents to $2.49, and in Raleigh, North Carolina, up 20 cents to $2.29 a gallon. But milk and what's called dry milk go into everything from butter to dog biscuits and from cheese to chocolate like M&Ms. What sent prices up? A few years ago, with too much milk around, the government offered farmers big bucks to cut back their herds. Then the drought hit, driving grain prices through the roof. Farmers got squeezed. Higher costs, fewer cows, less milk.
Most everybody gets an increase in pay, but we haven't. And I think it's justified. I really do.
But critics say when foreign prices for dry milk went up earlier this year, the U.S. dairy industry sent 40% of its annual production abroad, cashing in on that price, but also bringing about the current tightness in supplies. But why not change the law that allows only a trickle of foreign milk to come in? Foreign milk that could lower prices for consumers.
Well, prices will probably go down, and then the profitability's gone, and then more farmers are going to go out of business.
Critics charge, though, it's political clout that keeps most foreign milk out.
The dairy lobby plows $2 million each year into Capitol Hill, and the Capitol Hill and the congressmen respond by providing billions of dollars of subsidies and protection for the dairymen.
So what comes next from America's dairy farms? Experts say over the short term, consumers will be finding out just how high milk can go. Ray Brady, CBS News, Millbrook, New York.
A real estate trade group today said declining interest rates helped push sales of existing homes up 3.2% in November to the highest level of the year. The median price, not the average, but the median price for a home edged up 0.4% last month to $93,000.
Experience is a wonderful teacher. You develop more wisdom as you mature. You learn how to handle day-to-day problems better, even how to handle the aches and pains of a busy life. The times when the old back or the old hip says, That's when Bufferin is such a relief for me. Bufferin, my brand of aspirin, relieves those aches and pains fast. It helps me to keep doing the things I want to do.
Bufferin, so you can do the things you want to do.
It may be Red Lobster's most perfect meal.
petite Danish lobster tails. The sweetest ever. Plus flame-broiled shrimp. Delicious. Next, sizzling scampi. All this lobster and shrimp on one plate. Perfectly priced. Just $8.95 for a few weeks.
Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
And for the holidays, call for party platters to go. Ready in just 1 hour.
Now, you get more chances to be a millionaire than ever before at American Family. You may be the winner of this million or that million, this one or that one, and on to the biggest prize of all, $20 million. Watch me announce the winning numbers on TV this January 26th. Come get rich. $20 million rich at American Family. The only sweepstakes with my picture. Enter today.
Well, we're almost at the end of the 80s, a tumultuous decade, and tonight we're taking the first of 3 looks back at these 10 years. Bob Schieffer is our guide.
Remembering the 80s here at the Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music, Art, and the Performing Arts in New York City. The talented students at this high school came of age during the 80s, so we've asked them to help us tonight in an exercise common to this time of year, looking back. And as we look back, to try to see where we are and where we might be going. It's not an easy assignment because this was a decade that was not easily labeled. Just watch.
So far, more than 5,000 Cubans have come in.
Someone was killing the black children of Atlanta.
AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
And that's the way it is, Wednesday, January 16th, 1980, the 74th day of captivity for the American hostages in Iran.
My health is still good.
My attitude is positive. Don't worry, I'm all right. I get depressed at times, but I'm doing fine.
It was my decision to attempt the rescue operation. It was my decision to cancel it.
After 400 or so days, I guess we can hang on a little longer. Let's just hope it's over soon.
And I look forward to being with you, hopefully, as soon as we can.
I was a hostage because I was an American. And the longer they kept me hostage, the prouder I became of being an American.
Land at Beirut. They are beating the passengers. They are beating the passengers. They are threatening to kill them now.
The Marines in Beirut tonight are known.
Libya bears direct responsibility for the bombing. There's identification enough to respond, and I think that we respond.
We have done what we had to do. If necessary, we shall do it again.
I have something I want to tell you.
My name is Geraldine Ferraro.
Crocodile Dundee. You know my name.
I'm Walter Mondale.
I'm Batman.
I'm not like other guys.
I'm Dan Quayle.
Who is Dan Quayle?
Here you go again.
I accept your nomination.
I accept your nomination.
Ronald Reagan will become the next president of the United States.
So I can't stand here tonight and say it doesn't hurt.
What would you personally do different now?
Not a damn thing.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Read my lips.
Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
Keep hope alive.
people have spoken.
I've made some mistakes.
I will resign as Speaker of the House.
I'm being punished for those mistakes.
He's not going to be a hero anymore.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
The abscam operation.
I did no wrong.
I need some very quick money.
Another day, another record on Wall Street. Over 2,000, 2405, over 2,500 for the first time ever.
Boys may come and boys may go, and that's all right to see. Experience has made me rich, and now they're after me. 'Cause everybody's living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl.
Well, isn't that special?
A material world.
In a material world.
Scenes of the past 10 years, more than nostalgia, perhaps a guide to the future. We'll consider more of the 80s tomorrow night. I'm Bob Schieffer in New York.
And that's part of our world tonight. Dan Rather for the CBS Evening News. See you tomorrow. Good night.
Some people think only foreign companies build quality cars. Now, according to an independent survey, an American car company offers you a choice of some of the most trouble-free cars you can own. That American car company is Buick. And the 1990 versions of those American cars are Buick LeSabre, Buick Riviera, and Buick Electra Park Avenue. We believe there's a new symbol for quality on the great American road.
It's real. Bob's real.
Well, I know Bob Castleberry. He's real.
Bob Castleberry really won $10 million in the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes.
It's really nice to know that real people win this. I know it's for real now.
He showed me the check.
It's a fact. Scout's honor.
Hey, it's for real, definitely.
I'm really a believer. I mean, that is just wonderful.
Enter the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes fast, and on January 26th, you could be a millionaire.
Send it in every time. I mean, the minute you get it, take it to the post office the next day.
With low back pain, every step shoots pain. Up here. Know what helps?
Clinically proven Back Guard, a shoe insert. Watch how it absorbs foot shock to relieve low back pain.
Amazing. Something down here can help up here.
Back Guard from Dr. Scholl's.
Why do we enjoy Alpine Lace low cholesterol and lower in sodium cheeses?
Because they're so delicious.
And we take care of ourselves.
Take care of yourself. Delicious Alpine Lace low cholesterol and lower in sodium cheeses.
Up to the 90s with Kathleen Sullivan and Harry Smith on CBS This Morning. First to see it, first to say it.
This is CBS.